Hello friends, we are here with a new video. We are with Tanner this evening. First of all, welcome Tanner.
Hello, my president.
Yes, this evening friends, we have previously shown how to get an EIN number online. This evening we will tell you how to get an EIN number via fax. Actually, you all know that we established a company when we founded it, such as Inchfile, Developer Inch, or websites and agents. It asks us somewhere in the setup, somewhere in a company setup, do we want an EIN number? More precisely, do you want to get the EIN number or should we? If we want them to buy it, they charge a fee that starts from $50, $60 and goes up to $90 according to the website. We ensure that they receive these fees by paying them. But now, after what we will talk about tonight, we won't need them anymore. We will be able to get it ourselves and we will show you how to do it for free. Let's start right away if you want, Tanner. Friends, first let's start with what is the EIN number. Employer EIN number is called Employer Identification Number. We say that the Employer Identification Number is an identification number issued by the IRS for companies established within or outside the United States that cannot obtain a social security number or are not American citizens. An identification number. This is a company identification number. Establishing a company is valid but not sufficient, friends. A business or a company without a registration number is not considered to have actually started its commercial activities. In other words, establishing a company alone is of no use, even though they are just numbers. These guys are like the identification number they give us. Now let's talk about something very briefly here. There are email application methods, friends. How do you get the EIN number? If you have a social security number, you can get it online. We have already demonstrated this with a video on our channel. You can look at it, you can receive it by mail. But of course, for now, the processes are taking longer due to the pandemic. We do not recommend it very much. Getting lost on the road, etc. And also the extension of time. And of course, it is costly. We will show you the part via fax. We will show you how to do this both free of charge and quickly via fax. Let's move on now. What we need to obtain the EIN number via EIN fax application and receive it via fax is that a company must be established. We founded a company from those websites. Then we need to fill out the SS4 form. Let's show you how to fill out the SS4 form as the second item here. Let's open it from here. Let's open a blank SS4 form, friends. Thanks to Taina, we have been discussing how to send and fill out this SS4 form for a while before we shot this video. Thanks to Taina, he prepared a very nice Excel for us. Here, look, the form field here says number. This field information is not correct, friends. Fake information. Please change it according to your own information. Look at what else we will write. It has all been stated here. I will put this in the description section of the video anyway. For example, see what we should write in form field number 1, the name of the company, or for example, what we should write in form field 17 and 16.2, 16.1. Let's see from here. Thank you for preparing what we should write in Excel very well and providing it as a good resource for us. I will share this with you anyway. Friends, this SS4 form consists of one page. The second page usually contains information on how to fill out the first page. We don't need to look at the second page at all. This Excel prepared by Tana is sufficient for us. After filling out our SS4 form, our next step is to have our email address. We have a mobile number. If you remember this, we shot a video on the channel on how to get the number starting with +1. We put it from Tolku. We will put it. You can watch that video from there. Apart from that, we have been talking with Tanya for a while. We will shoot another video on this subject in the coming days. How to get a mobile number starting with +1 for free. We will shoot it in a video, maybe in a week or two, and put it on the channel again. Finally, friends, we established our company. We filled out the SS4 form. Take a look at the information here. Then we already have his email address. We have a phone. Now we also need to get a fax number. Why do I need a fax number? We need the fax number to fill out the SS4 form and fill out the forms we will attach next to it and send it to the IRS. And they are currently telling us 45 business days for the information to be received from the IRS. Hopefully that period will decrease over time. We need a fax number to receive that information later. Now our friends are divided into two here. One, if you want, you can go and buy a paid fax number and rent it for years and use it. Prices are changing. There are around $10, $20, $30. There are those whose monthly salary is $4 or $6. You can do this for a fee as you wish, and this is how you can complete this process. But thanks to Tanner, he gave us detailed information in the presentation he made here. And in a moment we will tell you how to get a fax number for free, how to send this SS4 form and other information we have prepared. He will talk about it very briefly. Now let me throw the ball to you, Tanner. Let's quickly explain the part about this fax number.
Okay. Now, by containing it, I got my number. Any of the information here, there's nothing wrong. Let me state it briefly. Let's get to our topic quickly.
We tried and tested this, exactly.
Here, first of all, when filling out the SS4 form, send fax in a tab in Excel. Yes, that part is where we will receive a response to this SS4 form. So we need a number from which we can get E's number. Assuming that it takes approximately 75 days on average in the current situation, as Mr. Akif just stated, we had to maintain this number during this period. What are we doing now? First of all, we switched to SS Fax Better. We come to the link address. We already have a very simple email address here. We come to the space over there and write our email. We create one account here, the user account. Afterwards, we make a few very simple settings within the account. Here's the name, surname. Here's the one that starts with the 855, 866. It is not very important. It guides you here. We create an account, and the system gives us a fax number. We write this number down somewhere so that we don't lose it, and we take it and write it in the relevant tab of our SS4 form.
Let's show this again, guys. We wrote here. Exactly. After that now.
We write the number we received in a different way here. We move on to the second step. In the second step, our SS4 form is now ready. Now we will apply for the training to the IRS. What do we do in this? After establishing our company, the company establishment documents given to us by the agent or brokerage firm are required as an attachment to our SS4 form. Although this may vary from state to state, it may be called articles of organization. We combine these documents with SS4 and then it will be good. We are opening a membership on Fox Plus. We share the link of this again at the end of the presentation. We are coming here.
Too short, your voice is gone. Let me say it again. Friends, the SS4 form we filled out was 1 page. That and what we call Certificate of Formation or Articles of Formation. 5 pages sent to us by that company. You know, we became members, entered Inchfile and established a company. Then a few days later, 5 days later or a week later, they sent us a 5-page PDF saying that your company was established. We E in number. Now, with this we get these 2 documents. Now we will send it to the IRS. We already got our Fox number from Fox Better. Now, how do we ship this from Fox Plus? We will talk about this very briefly. Let me open these 2. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it doesn't matter to which number we forward the fax to when sending. There may be other applications as well. This is our recommendation. We open Fax Plus. We provide membership to 1 free package with our email address and phone number. This Fax Plus recognizes that we will make this application afterwards. With this on the IRS website, we take his current number, send his number to this address by fax, and make our e-invoice. Then we wait.
There's just something like this here. Since it allows 10 pages for a specific content, we took Fax Plus, just the SS4 form, which we call Friends, and the 4-page, 5-page documents we call Articles of Organization, and sent them to the IRS in 5 pages and 6 pages. And now we are done with Fax plus Friends.
A very short footnote here. Now why can Friends say Fox Plus? In many applications that send free Fox, there is usually a limit of 2 or 3 pages in a single Fox. However, since the number of Fox pages we will send to the IRS is around 5 and 6, Fox Plus. This is why we do this.
Okay. Now we did this, we received a fax number. We wrote this on our SS4 form. We had already filled out our SS4 form. After filling it out, we sent it to the IRS from Fox Plus. What do we need now? We need to protect the fax number we received. The reason is written here. If you want to do this, tell us briefly about this page.
Now, of course, Fox Better has its advantages and disadvantages, which are available here on the presentation page. Here there are only certain conditions for keeping our Fox Better number active. I actually wrote this as a disadvantage, but this system requires you to buy Fox for this number every 7 days to be active. Frankly, this is what I did, since this IEM document is an important document. I tried to sign every day. First of all, we need to send a fax to this number every 7 days. If you can do this every day, it can be 4, 5 days. We can receive 50 pages of faxes to this number. We also need to open an extension in the browser and activate it. When we do these, we have the fax number in our pocket where we can receive the EIN application.
So let's say it this way. Let's say it very briefly. We can write X something on A4 paper and send it by fax every 7 days. We need to send it. It gives a maximum of 50 pages per month. Now, of course, what do we need then? We also need a place where we can send faxes for free, right? That's where it is. Talk about it here if you pay very briefly.
This is the application that will allow us to keep the place where we will receive faxes active. There is no membership or payment of any kind here. Very simple to use. Let's open it from the page. Just like our teacher Akif said, I created a very simple cover page. I made this in PDF. Then we come here. We can write any name in the name section. It doesn't matter if it's a real name. This is important for the email section. Here you need to enter an email address that you actively use. One email is enough. You know, there is no such thing that is disabled in 10 or 20 days. You can use the same email. We entered our email address. We move to the receiver side. Here we write any name in the name section. In the fax number, we enter the fax number of the one we received from Fox Middle. Yes, from an app. After that, there is Choose File from the top tab. From here the cover adds automatic cover. You can disable this. This does not deprive you of your rights in that part. We enter and select the draft page we created from the Choose File section. It could be PDF, it could be TIFF. It already shows the formats there. We press Choose File. We go to our computer and select that file. Then we call this section at the bottom Send Free Fax. Afterwards, the system sends an email to the email address we just entered in the Sender Info section, and it says there is a link below. Click this link, trigger this fax. When we press it, it moves the fax to the sending step. In a third email, it gives us a message report stating that our fax was sent successfully.
Yes.
The system.
Thus, this cycle is actually completed. Friends, let's give a very brief information. Thank you so much for this. He prepared a very nice presentation here. See all the links here. PDF blank version of SS4 form. He also put Fox's links to these other three, Fox Better, Fox Plus, and Godfrey Tax. Let's sum it up very briefly. Here's the thing, actually. Here's what happened in the first phase of Fox. We get a Fox number from Fox Municipality, free of charge. After that, we go to the SS4 form and write it. We take this SS4 form that we wrote and filled out and send it to the IRS from Fox Plus. Then the IRS will send us an answer within 2 months, within 3 months. From here, every 2-3 days, 2 times a week, once a week, at least once a week, of course, we send a fax to the number that we have here. This is the shipping side. We also keep the number we received from here active. Actually, that's the whole point. Other than that, there's nothing we can do. Thanks to our friend who explains how to fill out the affiliate form in a very nice way. Look, it has written here how to fill in all the fields one by one. We will put this in the description section anyway. That's actually the whole point. After sending the SS4 form and sending the fax, we wait for a while, and after this time, we receive our EIN number. How does the EIN number come? Let's show it right away. There are two LEDs. You can talk about this if you want, Kanan.
Okay. Now here's an example of what the IRS calls a 147C letter. When your EIN number is created, it sends you such a fax. This is my own fax. I iced the relevant areas. The EIN number assigned to you appears in 3 dots. This section contains details such as the name of your company. When this happens, it's your company. It becomes a company that can start its commercial activities, or some of his friends are developing it. Here you go.
Let me say this very briefly about this. Actually, I can say that the next one is like this. Friends ask, what is AIM verification? What is AIM verification? You need to hide it from you. In certain places, they probably will. Sometimes wholesalers, etc., they may want this. At some points, they even ask you to throw away this page. FYI, it would be beneficial for you to save these upcoming pages.
Yes, now this is an example. Can we open our SS4 form directly in some cases? On some returns, they manually write our EIN number in the upper right corner and send our fax directly. But it is also valid. Ultimately, after the number is assigned, our company becomes active.
Let's talk about the last thing. As you said, let's talk about this again in the second request section on the 30th and 40th days, but let's give it to some extent.
Okay. Now this was something I experienced. I wanted to share it too, in case it might be useful. I called for adjustments 7 times after the application. Of course, they kept telling me about
45 working days. After a certain stage, they gave me the following guidance. If the process takes longer, we do not make any changes to the SS4 and the company documents we attach to the SS4 and attachments you first sent to Fox. We do not update the date. You know, the date we first filled in? We write second request in capital letters at the top of the documents in English, which means second request. We will fax it again, and when sending it, we will send it here as a secondary request using PDF converter editors or manually.
Sometimes it's the 40th day, or the 35th day, or the 40th day, or when you do this, maybe they can speed up the process when they say, this means it's been waiting for a while, it's beating over and over again. Let's say this is a trick, shall we?
But we should not overdo it. Let's mention that too. Because the IRS is the most serious and respected institution in the entire United States of America. He also knows the opposite.
You have no rights. Let's say use it well, friends. We thank you very much. I hope we haven't forgotten anything else. It was a good preparation, thank you. Yes, we have already mentioned it in the section about the thing. Let's say it again before we forget. How to get a mobile number for free. The phone number is in America. We will make a video about it within a week or 2. We will post it on the channel, friends. How to get the free e-number. So we showed you the SSN before sending it. If you remember, our friends here showed how to receive it online. Now we showed it via mail or fax, so it is less expensive. If you want to do it by mail, fill out the SS4 form and add attachments. You can also send it via post to ARS, but we do not recommend it at this time. So we showed this as well. At least you'll end up with between $60 and $90 in your pocket. Thank you again. See you again in the next video. Thank you very much for listening to you guys.
Thank you too. I wish success to my friends too. I hope they will be successful in their business life.
Thanks. Thank you. See you again.
Good evening. See you later.